Hi guys, this is kind of a downer video. It's about 3 weeks after my chemical pregnancy. Um, and I never in a million years thought I'd have like a miscarriage or a chemical pregnancy. It just never even crossed my mind that these things can happen. And I didn't even know what a chemical pregnancy was. So I just wanted to make a little video and kind of just talk about it. I didn't even know how to make this video or how to talk about it, so I actually just had dinner with my best friend, and I'm just going to tell you kind of the way I told her. Um, so on cycle day 10, which ended up being cycle day 10 because fertility friend kept moving my crosshair. So I had taken one which what I thought was cycle day 10 and ended up being cycle day 8, and it was big fat negative. But so I waited again until cycle day 10 because that's when I figured I could probably start to see a positive, or I'd had a decent chance of seeing a positive if I was really pregnant, and I didn't want to be disappointed. So I took the first response, the early response one, and there was a faint line. I started freaking out. I was so excited. Just a super faint line. I'll insert the picture. You can see it in the picture too. Anyway, very excited. My husband ended up coming home from work for lunch, and I was like, don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. And of course I told him. I was so excited. He was like, oh my gosh, we just could not believe it. Because it was my first period after having my son. We had tried to catch the first day, but that didn't work. So this was my first period. I was able to, kind of figure out when my cycle started, when it was gonna, ovulation day, and all of that. So we were so excited. But the line was faint. So my husband's like, I don't trust this thing. So I went to the store that day and I got a digital, so he could see the words pregnant the next morning. So the next morning I get up and it's super early. It's like 5:30. And as soon as I woke up, ran to the bathroom, peed on the stick, came up pregnant. With like 2.5 minutes later, I jumped into bed. And he's like, "It says pregnant, doesn't it?" I'm like, "Yes." So he's like, "Okay, I believe it now." So we were getting really excited, and I stopped taking pregnancy tests. Then I just took that one early response and the one digital. So I never saw like a line progression or anything like that. With my son, I just waited till like 5 days after my missed period and took a pregnancy test, and I took one, and that was it. And I started getting sick every day, so I knew. So I just did not have a clue of when I had ovulated or how many days past ovulation I just didn't know. So this time it was different. I was like really in tune to everything. I was really symptom spotting. I was really looking for everything. Um, and the only symptom I really remember having, I'll insert my chart though, is lots of creamy CM. So I was like, this is weird, but I also was paying more attention where I hadn't paid attention before. But I was of course Googling everything that had to do with that, and it kind of can be a sign, but it kind of can be a sign your period's coming. So you never really know. Um, but anyway, my mom ended up coming up that weekend. I have some notes here with the dates. That's why I keep looking down. But my mom ended up coming up that weekend, and we'd only known for like 3 days, so we were like, do we tell? And I'm like, I have to tell. I can't keep it a secret. So we did this really cute thing. We put a hamburger bun in the oven after she had made brownies, and we're like, Mom, what'd you leave in there? And she opens the oven back up, and she's like, what are you guys doing? You're tricking me. She just did not get it at all. I'm like, Mom, what is that? She's like, it's a bun. We had to end up telling her. But anyway, it was really cute. And I'm like, Mom, you can't tell anyone. We really just found out. She's like, okay, I promise. Yeah, okay. She goes home, tells my dad. My dad calls his parents and tells them. They call my aunts and uncles and tell them. Then my mom called my brother. He told his girl. And like everyone ended up knowing, like, by the time my mom pulled out of the driveway to leave for the weekend, everybody knew. And so, which would have been fine, but this is why people don't tell people. And I wish we didn't tell. Looking back now at everything that happened, because it stinks to have to go back and say, no, I'm not, and this is what happened, and you have to explain it to your grandmother and your aunts and your uncles and your brother, and it's just not fun. But anyway, I ended up figuring it out. After my mom left, it was Sunday, and I started having really bad cramps, like period cramps. Like, this isn't normal. I don't remember this from before. It was fishy. And I'd seen all these people do pregnancy progression lines where their line gets darker. And I was like, well, I think I had one first response left. So I was like, let me take it. I took it, and the line was like, it was really faint. And I'm like, this is 5 or 6 days later. It should be super strong, and it should be coming up really early. So I kind of knew then that it was going to be a miscarriage, chemical pregnancy. I didn't really know, but I just knew I was not pregnant anymore. Just in my heart, I knew like this was not the cycle for us. And it was sad, and I had already taken out all my maternity clothes, which is so early and ridiculous. But I mean, I was just really excited. Um, we do the Dave Ramsey plan, so I'd already started an envelope for another crib and put some money in it. We're gonna have a sinking fund, so by the time I was in my second or third trimester, we could buy a crib. So it just stinks to, you're not. So, anyways, I put all that stuff up because I just didn't want to have to look at it, and got rid of the envelope and everything like that. I had a massage that weekend, and I actually called and was like, I'm pregnant. Can I do a maternity massage? And they're like, how pregnant are you? I'm like 5 days I've known. And, so they were like, oh, no, we don't do first trimester massages because that actually can lead to miscarriage. So I'm really glad I didn't go through with that and then find out later I was miscarrying, or because I would have thought it was from that. So I ended up having to cancel that appointment, but it didn't. I guess mentally, I think it's a good thing I canceled it because I would have been blaming myself when it really had nothing to do with that. If I would have gotten a massage or not, I think obviously I was going to have a chemical regardless. Um, but I don't know. I don't know, how do you feel? You only think you're pregnant for less than a week, like 6 or 7 days. Like, how? I just don't know how you're supposed to feel. Honestly, if I'd waited till after my misperiod or the first day of my misperiod, I would have never known because I still had, I guess, a 14-day luteal phase. So I would have never even known. So are you supposed to be upset? Are you allowed to be upset? Of course, there were some tears, but my husband's like, rationally, this is ridiculous. Stop. Like, he just, he's not as connected to it, I guess, as I am. He I don't know. It's just different for men, I think. But I was just sad. But anyway, I'm now on cycle day like 20 something, no signs of ovulation coming. You are all caught up now on my channel with everything that's kind of happened um, since weaning my son and trying to get pregnant again. So let's just hope this is my cycle, and let's hope I get an ovulation sign here pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and really hoping that this is my cycle. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.